Ayman Khan here for Seconds Out with Scott Welch, former British and Commonwealth heavyweight champion. Scott Welch, I should address you correctly. Scott, before we start, I just want to talk about the bits of advice you are passing on to this young gentleman here. What were you saying to him, guiding him to?
Listen. Everyone talks about losses. I mean, losses. For me, my greatest wins was after I got beat. I mean, I got knocked out. Big James, who's on the wall there, he broke my jaw in the first round and knocked me out in a terrific fight. I had to refine myself after that, go into the darkest depths to come back out again with the understanding and the mindset to become even better than what I was before. And that's what loss has done to me. And then I become a champion in the professional ranks. And I mean, listen, losses is winning turned inside out, So that's what I just said to them. So
in your amateur days, what was the rivalry like between Hove and Repton?
I mean, listen, there's always been a rivalry with everyone. I mean, Repton was always a renowned, unbelievable club, so we knew that they're bringing everything when we fight them, we've won some. I think they've won a lot more, but we've won some against them. So, always a very, very tough club. So,
emblazoned on the walls, you can see no guts, no glory. In your active days as a fighter, what were the motto that you went by that you passed on also to your son?
I mean, listen, the mottos are, what can I say? It's the same. Everything's the same. It's a real tough game, and to be in it, you have to be mentally strong. It eats up weak people, boxing, so you have to be strong. Mental toughness is a major thing in this game. I mean, listen, he was an amateur champion, and I believe he'll be a professional champion. So I've got other guys as well that we're guiding towards titles. I mean, they're all coming. It's just a matter of time. Our time is coming in the pros. We haven't been in it that long. I only got really fully immersed when my son turned pro 3 years ago. So, I mean, we're just enjoying the game, really. So.
Speaking of mentally tough people, you're the ambassador for WCK's UK, and there was a really strong man that came in the form of Michael Watson, MBE. Good to reunite with Michael.
I mean, me and Michael go back 30 years. I was with him one of the first birthdays when he came out of hospital. And to see where he is now to where he was then is just incredible. I mean, his memories work and everything, his bodily function. I mean, he's an incredible man. And he's only got there through pure perseverance and belief and just a mindset, an incredibly strong mindset, which was moulded from the boxing, I believe, and a supreme champion. He was on the verge of being the world champion, and in our eyes, he's done more. He's a multiple world champion. To achieve what he's achieved after what he's been through is absolutely incredible. So, I mean, I hold him in the highest order of anything that anyone can go through. He's been through the lot and he's come out the other side, and he's an incredible man. So.
Moving forward to the activities of your son, Tommy was potentially due to be fighting Alan Babic, but I guess the rug was pulled under that, and Steve Robinson is now taking on Alan Babic. What was the situation there?
I think listen, what can I say? It's one of them things where, listen, if they wanted to fight, they could have had it. We were there. We're ready. It come down to monetary terms as well. We were in negotiations. I was waiting for them to come back again. They didn't come back. They went with Steve Robinson. It's an easier option and it's a cheaper option. So that's probably why they did it, So who knows? But listen, we're here. We're going to be hopefully fighting the winner if they want it. So we're here. We're in the game. We're 13-0, and we can fight and we can box. So we'll be ready whenever.
I was about to say, given whatever happens, you'll be happy to fight the winner, even though that opportunity was taken away from you.
Listen, they're going to come. There's not the undefeated fighters in the game like there was. You know, we're here, we're in the mix, we're on the bridgerweight, and we're in the heavyweight. So, you know, the Fishers of the world, the Babic of the world, that's our level. So that's who we're going to come for, and that's who we want. So let's see where we go. Okay.
Getting your thoughts on the highest level of the sport. We were going to be seeing Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk if the cut didn't happen. I just wanted to know, has what happened with the cut, do you feel that's enough time for Tyson to heal to go into that undisputed fight?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, listen, a cut, I got 9 stitches 5 weeks before a fight in America against James. So, and I think I had 5 weeks. The stitches was out in 5 days, and then it's just a healing process. By the time the fight comes around, it wasn't a massive cut, but it was deep, you know, so you didn't want that to come open in the fight. You know, he was never going to take that fight with a cut. You know, that you don't do that. You don't need to do it in this day and age, you know. Let it heal. He'll come again. He'll put it right. And, you know, that'll be fine. I don't believe that'll come open again. So,
does it change your opinion at all what happens in the fight, or does it factor at all? Given that Usyk is such an accurate puncher, any fighter we're looking to target what they perceive to maybe be a weak spot.
In the old days, they used to put arnica on cuts because they thought that was a healing process, but it wasn't. It used to harden the skin. So in the old days, you used to get fighters that used to get cut and then get cut again and cut again and cut again. This day and age, we actually understand now that arnica is not the right stuff. So you make it supple. You put vitamin D capsules in it. The oil from vitamin D, it heals. It makes it supple. You don't get the keloid worms underneath the eyes because we actually understand what to do now. So he'll be fine. That won't open again. I mean, it's the same eye, but it was just unfortunate. It was the same eye that he got before. I don't believe it's an old injury that's opened. You know, we get hit with an elbow or we get hit with a punch, our eyes will split. So yeah, it's just part and parcel of the game. Nothing anyone could do about it. And you know, he may get cut again, but hey ho, you're in the boxing world, you know.
Speaking of punches, elbows, kicks, Joshua takes on Francis Ngannou in a crossover fight March 8th. Do you feel? I want to ask you actually, with such long arms that Francis Ngannou has, which seemed to be a problem for Tyson Fury, sent him down crashing to the canvas. How does a fighter get over that level of length of arms, and also Joshua being in against a man who's actually bigger than him, which sometimes he's against fighters that aren't as big as him in his past fights?
He may find it easier. A bigger man is a bigger target, you know. So he's not the most elusive guy in Ngannou. He's a very big man, big, strong mountain of a man who's going to stand in front of him. You know, you stand in front of Joshua with his punching power and his array of punches. You know, for me, you're going to get knocked out. So if he can let go of his hands quick enough, then I believe he'll knock him out. If he doesn't, then, you know, in this game, and especially the heavyweight division, it's one punch. He can't afford to let Ngannou get near him, unload the punches, get rid of him as quickly as you can. He's there to be hit. I believe that AJ wins, no problem.
Finally, Scott, just to end on previous interview, my friend and colleague John asked you about the gloves are off, which was asked you about before. But that was an intriguing roundtable of fighters. I wonder, if you could pick the gloves are off heavyweight table now, who would you want to get round a table?
Well, I think Ngannou. I mean, Ngannou's an interesting character for where he's come from. You know, you definitely want him round the table. Fury, you know, Usyk. I mean, it's kind of like we're getting in the era of the Lennoxes, the Holyfields, the Tysons. You know, we're back in a very, very good area of heavyweights, right? Era of heavyweights. So I think it'd be good. I think it'd be very interesting. And they'll, you know, I think what Saudi's bringing to it is getting them fighting more regular. And you know, these boys, Wardley and that, they're coming through. Fraser Clark's coming through. So I mean, that's an interesting match up there. So It's some great fights coming up. Great fights.
People like to discredit this era, but you feel it matches up with others.
What, this era? Yeah. Well, listen, we're in a different era. The people. There's so much more going on in this world now with social media and everything. It's definitely not the same. But we're in an exciting heavyweight era because there's a lot, there's more heavyweights now than there's been for many, many years. And right at this stage, you have got these guys all coming in and you have got them fighting each other in Saudi. So that's interesting, I think we're in a very interesting and intriguing time. So I'm looking forward to see how it all pans out. So,
Scott, always a good conversation. Thanks for taking us out, sir.
Thank you very much.
Much appreciated.